Welcome back to your channel, guys. So, what is the signal tower? Where did this thing come from? How come it behaves the way it does? I thought about it, and I thought about it, and I finally believe I have an idea of what the signal tower is. So get ready to have your mind blown as I describe what the signal tower is.
Come with me, and I'll show you what every one of you can do single-handed. Here, you can tune in this wonderful new Westinghouse television set with just one hand like this. You just turn this one dial.
So, what is the signal tower? The signal tower, we know, sends out a powerful signal that affects those adversely that are connected to it. We know that the signal tower has this connection with Mono, the person from Little Nightmare, where it seems to consume his energy, sends him back through time younger, and then calls him back to consume him again. Why does it do this? Why is it affecting the town so adversely? Why is the signal tower bigger inside? Why does it look like it has different dimensions inside? What is the signal tower? There is a certain type of machine that's in fiction that behaves the same way, so to speak, like the signal tower. You ready? This, the TARDIS, yes, the famous time machine from Doctor Who. You'll be amazed at the similarities between the TARDIS and the signal tower. For example, the TARDIS also sends out a powerful signal. The TARDIS is constantly generating a low-level telepathic field around itself.
Who said the TARDIS was telepathic?
And those in close proximity. Now you notice how I said low telepathic field. That means it can be controlled. So let's get back to the signal tower. Inside the signal tower, we saw that it's larger than what it is on the outside. That same premise holds true for the TARDIS.
Don't believe it. It's bigger inside than out.
Yes. That's because the TARDIS is dimensionally transcendental.
What does that mean?
It means that it's bigger inside than out.
You see, inside the TARDIS is a micro-universe.
Just how big is the TARDIS?
Well, how big's big? Relative dimensions, you see, no constant.
That's not an answer.
How big are you at the moment?
5'4", Justin, that's still not an answer.
Listen. There are no measurements in infinity. You humans have got such limited little minds. I didn't know I like you so much.
And for those who travel in the TARDIS, it purposely puts up corridors for lower level beings, because if you saw what the TARDIS really was, it would drive you insane. So the TARDIS has certain systems to help those whose mind cannot understand what the TARDIS is. But the signal tower doesn't have that anymore. Okay, so what's the connection between Mono and the signal tower? This is where things get more interesting. What most people don't understand about the TARDIS is that the TARDIS is a living entity.
Who said the TARDIS was telepathic? This thing is alive. Can listen.
And is connected to the person that controls it, like the Doctor or a Time Lord. In fact, it goes on to say, once a Time Lord chooses a TARDIS, there is a connection they have. This connection is so deep, it's biomechanical. How deep is this biomechanical bond that a Time Lord or the operator of a TARDIS has? It has been stated that the connection is so deep, it is almost sexual in its intimacy.
Yes, that's it. Names are funny. It's me. I'm the TARDIS.
So what I call you?
I think you call me sexy.
Only when we're alone.
We are alone.
That means this is a symbiotic relationship. That means each of these two parties gets something out of it. The Time Lord gets something out of this from the TARDIS, and the TARDIS gets something out of this from the Time Lord. What this is a mystery. But it is stated that a Time Lord cannot choose to bond with another TARDIS. It is forbidden.
And the first time you touched my console, you
I said you were the most beautiful thing I'd ever known.
Then you stole me. And I stole you. What makes you think I would ever give you back?
Because it is said the bond is so deep that if a Time Lord chooses another TARDIS, it becomes terribly jealous. Now, these are all key points to what the signal tower is. For example, what happens if the signal tower doesn't have an owner now? Where does it get the symbiotic relationship it needs? That's where Mono comes in. Mono is that new operator of the time machine. But you see, Mono is not a Time Lord. He's not the being that originally supposed to power this machine. So he suffers as the machine tries to get what it wants from him, but it can't. How about inside the signal tower? Why does it look like that? If this machine does not have an operator who it can get what it needs from it, it's going to start to malfunction. Devices that used to protect the mind from going insane will stop working. That's why you see inside the signal tower, things look chaotic. What about the townsfolk? Remember what I told you, it constantly generates a low-level telepathic field around itself. But again, if it doesn't have an operator which can keep it in check, that low-level field will most likely turn to a high-intensity field. And it looks like that's what's affecting the townsfolk. The way the TARDIS operates is that it needs its operator to function correctly. Without an operator, the TARDIS starts to malfunction. And this is what I believe the signal tower is. In some way, I believe this is some sort of TARDIS, some sort of time machine that lost its operator. It also explains how this tower appeared out of nowhere. Because if you think, the TARDIS can be any shape, any size, and appear in any time, any dimension. It explains why this tower appeared out of nowhere. So, I believe the signal tower is some sort of time machine that lost its owner. I believe that it's malfunctioning and it's starting to affect those around it because it doesn't have an operator. But every time it looks for one, it cannot find someone that is compatible with it and gives it what it needs. So what we're looking at, the signal tower, is a renegade, runaway time machine that's affecting everything around it adversely. Time, dimensions, and people. So, what do you think, guys? Do you think this is some sort of time machine that lost its owner? That is why it is running rogue? It explains a lot about how it operates because there is a lot of similarities with the TARDIS. So let me know below. Do you think I'm off base? Give your suggestions of what you think the signal tower is. And thank you for watching.